Hello, awesome third grade teachers. Hope you are having a good week so far. This is the week that we are having our multicultural assemblies. And you know what that means? Since we're enjoying some awesome Indian music and we've had a chance to finish our assessments and hand them to Mr. Caleb Gonzalez, that means we're ready to start our curriculum. Next week, you will be doing lesson 1. If you go into the PDF India folder and you click on lesson 1, that's going to be today's focus. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. When you get into this folder, you're going to see a bunch of documents. The first document that I want you to tune in onto is Exploring the Heart of India through our 5 senses, and this is the lesson. You click on the lesson, it'll give you an overview. Students have just traveled from the United States to India, and as they land and exit the plane, they will be surrounded by sights, smells, and people of India. And in this lesson, students will have the opportunity to explore India using their 5 senses, exploring the marketplace and other parts of India as a focus of the culture traditions of India. So basically, this lesson's going to be set up for students to go to stations. So I'm going to take you first of all to the materials needed section. This is going to be very important. This is kind of like your prepping stages before you actually do your lesson. The first one I want you to focus on is the sound of India. If your music teacher does not have some kind of drums or bongos that you may use, or even some kind of string instrument like a guitar, then please utilize the stuff around the house. This is an oatmeal can, and so if for some reason you don't have bongos, these work really, really well. Also, if you have a shoebox and you put rubber bands across the top, that'll work really well as a string instrument as well. So you're going to set that up as station 1, the sound of India. And then for station 2, the smell of India, they're going to be smelling spices. Some of the more common spices are curry. Then we have turmeric. And then cumin. Actually, this says ground comino. Yeah, it's a Mexican spinoff here, but it's the same thing. Cumin is comino. And then we have ginger. Okay, so these are very popular. They're nice and small, and they already have holes that the students can just kind of smell. And so if for some reason you and your grade level decide to go with something that has more of a bigger container, then you can put these spices into those 1-ounce containers, make some little holes at the top, lid on, and then the kids can smell. You and your grade level can also get together to decide if you want to have one teacher with all the supplies and materials and teach that day, and then the next day pass it on. That'll work good. Team up with your coworkers and decide how you guys want to do it. You don't have to teach the lesson all on the same day, especially if you have to share materials. The next thing, I'm really excited about this one, is the Taste of India. At your local H-E-B or Walmart, you can buy this naan bread. Kind of zoom in here. This is a really good one. Some of them, the naan bread does come in bigger bulk. So if you want to cut those up to about 1-inch squares, that way all the students are going to be doing is taking a small test, little taste test. So another thing that they're going to be getting is the saffron rice. It would be nice if you and your grade level, like I said, get together, get the big crock pots out, cook up the saffron rice. This one here that I put on it does come in a family size, so you can make it in bulk. And really excited is that we've also included a recipe to make tandoori chicken. Once again, you and your grade level can decide, do we actually want to create this or make it, or do we want to just send it home with the students? We've put the recipe in here. It's a great recipe, good homeschool connection. You can also send it home and just say, hey, boys and girls, ask your mom and dad if they want to have a cookie night with you and make some awesome India cuisine. So this is going to be available also in the documents for you to print out. Have it there at that station so the kids could take a look at it. Okay, let me head on back over to the materials. And then the sights of India, this is really cool. This is an actual 360-degree virtual tour of India. If you and your campus have iPads, there's going to be a QR code that you can project and the students can take a picture of it, and then it'll lead them to that website. And the website's really cool. So once they get on the iPads, they can move around and they can see a whole 360 view of India. and it takes them through several places of India. Very interesting for students to see. Okay, let me go back to the materials list. The next station that you're going to have set up is the Inventions of India. This basically is going to require you guys to print out some cards so that the students can explore. At that station, you're also going to want to have a ruler, some buttons, chess pieces, and some cotton that they can explore with, because India is where all these things first started. Okay, so there's a little bit more information on the cards once you lay those out. Okay, every station will need the Heart of India book. As the kids travel from station to station, they're going to be writing down some information in their book. So this is what it's going to look like. You can print it where it is double-sided. And then students have an opportunity as they go to each station to answer some questions and take their Heart of India book with them. So this is so far. Let me get back over here. So they will need that. And so you've done the food. The Heart of India. Okay, here's some vocabulary. Very important, because some of this vocabulary you did see on the assessment as well. The activities. What you're going to do is you're going to set the stage for the students. You're going to read them the mission and purpose of the trip of India. Now, where to find that? If I go back out of this folder and I go into my beginning document, you're going to want to print this out. There is an assignment page where you're going to read it to the kids. You're going to have a narrative where you're going to tell them a team of professionals have been invited to participate in a research project on India and its environment. You go on, you read them about the narrative, you read them the mission, and you read them the goal. So you're explaining to them that they are now in the country of India, and they're going to be traveling every single week doing something different to accomplish their goal and their mission. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Let me go back to where I was at with lesson 1. Okay, so also for every station there are cards. There is a cards that are going to be for the smell. So that way students, not only are they smelling the spices, but they're also going to be reading about the spices, and then of course recording information in their Heart of India book. Okay, I already went over the recipe, went over the QR code. Here's another one when they're talking about the instruments. So even though they may be drumming on an oatmeal can or a different kind of drum, you have information about the tabla, and basically talking that this is the more common drums that they use with Indian music. And then of course the sitar. The students are going to be, playing music, whether it's a shoebox with rubber bands, they're going to enjoy it. But once again, they're going to make the connection with the sitar. And then of course we want them realizing that sound energy is the reason why they're hearing all this music. So just some cards for them to read and for them to explore. Once again, they're going to be referring back to their Indian book, their Heart of India book. Okay, here's the one that goes with the inventions, and this one talks about the ruler and cotton and buttons. And then this is really neat, talking about how it's kind of the beginning stages of chess. So it's going to be interesting for them to be able to explore with those items and then get a little bit of information through research with the cards. And then once again, recording information back onto their Heart of India book. So a lot of fun, a lot of hands-on for the students to do. And I really think they're going to be enjoying this. The last things is you want to end up when they're done, have a little discussion afterwards, after all the activities. This is kind of letting you know how you set up the stations, and why they're going to each station. The very end, as you get ready to close your lesson 1, you want to do a think, pair, share. So basically students will partner up with another student to discuss what their favorite station was, and ask students to share what they've learned about at that station. And that is lesson 1. Please let me know if you have any questions. Lead teachers, please, we really want to get the chat forum going. So if you can please get with your grade level and ask them for their phone numbers, shoot us back an email to my email address, or to Mr. Gonzalez's, or even Miss Wang's email address. And then that way we can get it started on the WhatsApp. And if y'all have any messages, we'll just check in with you guys and text with you and just make sure that everybody is being successful and having what they need. Enjoy lesson 1.